Welcome to my channel. I think I'm going to change that. I'm now going to start with welcome to my front room. Okay, welcome to my front room. I'm Shirina Carstens, your virtual mentor and your local auntie. So thank you once again for joining me on this journey of what we call the G checkers. Here, we establish the things we need to learn, develop, grow, and whatever else we need to do to be the finest version of ourselves. I have done the setup a little bit different today, simply because I've injured my back. So yeah, bit of a different setup today, but equally hoping you'll catch some gems. Something I get often asked a lot is, do I really need a mentor? They're so expensive. Where do you find them? And I thought, let me do a topic on this, because when I was looking for a mentor once, I realized it's not easy. It's not easy. And the thing is, there's so many aspects you need to think about when considering a mentor. Back in my day, when I was looking for a mentor, I didn't really know what a mentor was. I just knew that they were great people, they got things done, and they were in the position that I wanted to be in. So if I follow what they do or do as they tell me, then surely I will get the success that I deserve. No, it doesn't go like that. The thing is, a mentor can tell you everything. They can give you the tools, the skills, but there's some things within yourself that if you don't do, you're always going to be in the same space. So, do I really need a mentor? As I said in the beginning of the video, yes, they might be expensive, but what you're really paying for is the life experience, the knowledge that they have that you may not own, some of the processes they've developed, whether that's education or other courses to get extra knowledge that they know, to have the skills and craft that they do. And most developed mentors really are life coaches. And in becoming a life coach is a lot. You think going to uni, getting the quali, getting the job, and you think you're doing it. No. Guess what? Something that I learned, in order to teach, you must go through that lesson yourself, so that when you teach, it's of value. And not just value that you speak, but value that you live. I'm like, oh my God. Cut a long story short, it was then I realized, Shirina, you don't just, whatever it is you give, it's not just nothing. It creates something, creates a belief. And then these people go on and do great things. I could say numerous stories of the people that I've come into contact with and what they've gone on to do. But I don't like to share that part. It's not my business. If they choose to share, it's up to them. But my point is, it was at that point 10 years ago. It's not 10 years ago now. At that point, 10 years, I realized, okay, maybe I'm gifted for this. So a little secret is that I've been running away from it my whole life. I did it from young, didn't notice. Did it in my mid-whatevers, didn't notice. And then there came a point when I had to notice. So, the degree, the life story, which you'll get to know at some point, the qualifications after the degree, the life experience, that's what you really pay for. You also pay for the fact that you don't have the answer. And if you ask me a question, I can just give it to you like that. Or I give you the tools that will allow you to have that information for the rest of your life. That's what you pay for. You pay for the expertise of my faults so that you can get it the first time. So that you don't have to make the mistakes that I made. Do you know what I mean? I tell all my mentees, I need to see you win by next year. They're like, oh, but I don't want to do it before you. Do it before me. Because the point is, I didn't have this when I was younger. If you can be a millionaire, whatever, or you buy your first house or you achieve your first goal by 20, 19, whatever it is, if you can, do it. Because I wish I did. I wish, right? So, all of that to say, when you pay for a mentor, that is what you're paying for. Don't just see it as a, person. Like, oh, it's just a person. If it was just a person, you wouldn't want them to mentor you. If it was just a lifestyle, you wouldn't want them to just mentor you. If it was just a thought process, you wouldn't want them to mentor you. If it was just ... anything, you wouldn't even want it. You wouldn't even want it. So, let's get into this today, okay? I broke this down, as usual, into a few sections that I thought would be reasonable for you. If I keep looking to the side, it's because I've got my notes. And for any of you that are like pre in the video, yes, unfortunately, my nails are not done due to the long, but hey ho, we move, okay? So, mentors. So when people say to me like, oh, do I need a mentor? I always laugh because I say, what is it that you want? They'll say, blah. Can you get it by yourself? No. Can you get the skills to get it by yourself? No. Can you get the money to get it by yourself? No. Then yes, you need a mentor. Yes. And you know what? There are free ones out there. And it's not to say they won't be valuable. There are free ones out there. But for some people, it's their living. Okay? So what can a mentor do for you? First of all, what is a mentor? A mentor is a guide, a helper, an accountability partner, and often a life coach, a solutionist, someone who can see in you what you can't see for yourself, and often see situations before you do. So when you present something, they can see, I can see where that's going to go, kind of thing. And say, you know what? I don't give all my mentees the answers. They hate me because I don't give them the answers. But I give them the road to the thought of the answer. How? They might say, I want to... Let me think of one of my mentees. She wants to move out of the family home before a particular age, which is coming up. Let's say 6 months. So my thought is, okay, how are you going to do that? She's like, I don't know. So why are you bringing that to me? Well, you've done it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. What is the gap between doing it and not? Well, I need money. And what's stopping you from getting money? I don't have a job. Okay. So in order to get the job, what do you need to do? I need to get qualification. And in order to get the qualification, what do you need to do? I need to apply. Okay, so let's start with groundwork. Number 1, apply for the qualification. Get the qualification. Once you've got the qualification, you are now an asset to society because you have something they want. Then you apply for the roles that you believe are applicable to you. Then you get into a job that is not just substandard, but a job as if you've already got your place. So just think about what kind of outgoings you're going to need, what kind of rent, what kind of this, what kind of that. So how are you going to know that? Research. What type of flat do you want? How much does it cost? How much is the electric bill, gas bill, this bill, that bill? Add it all up. How much is your food shop? So this is what you need to make so that you know, okay, that's what I need. Fast forward. When you're ready, you go and look, you get your place. But I won't tell her what to do. I'll just say, and what's the gap between this and this? What's the gap between this and this? And then she slowly is like, oh, I get it. So we're on that journey. But that's an example, okay? So a mentor is a guide, okay? Helper, accountability partner, and all those other things that I said, okay? They're your support network as well, okay? I don't just mentor my clients for goals. You might realize that this whole channel is well-being. I'm not always going to talk about goals and stuff. I might talk about my life. I might talk about my day. Because you know what? That's life. I see well-being as the holistic approach, okay? We don't just need mental health. We don't just need goals. There's so many different levels to who we are and what we need, okay? So a mentor will lead by example. There's nothing that I tell my mentees to do that I've never done. And I make sure I've got receipts so I can show them, okay? If I'm saying, make sure you save £10 a month, I show them I'm saving £10 a month. If I say, you need to have this particular thing by this time, I say, look, when I was doing it, this is what I done. Just so then they can see, oh, it's it's possible, okay? And my last statement is show. Like, your mentor should show you, okay? I don't give them the answers, but I do show them the way. And then I keep, come on, you're on the wrong track. Come, no, left, right, oh, kind of, and until they get to where they need to be. You need to show. Sometimes some people need to see evidence that it works, whatever it is they come to you for, okay? So if someone comes to me on the flip side for a mental well-being issue, it's not all of them I work with because I'm not a specialist in all, though I have a degree in stuff and I don't. I specialize in what I know from the things that I've been through. So somebody might come to me and say, I suffer with anxiety. Boom. I bring up the things and I say, okay, this is what you can do. This is what, helps work. And I give people 2 ideas. So I'll say, try this or this, because it's not always the first thing that works. Yeah? Cool. So you need to show, okay? So your mentor is a guide, support, they lead by example, and they should show you, okay? The other thing, when people ask me about mentors, which I don't think people consider, is niche. It's quite important, just like when you're building a YouTube channel, or just like you're building a business, or you're going to do something new, you look for a niche. Now, why it's quite good to have a niche mentor is because if you are a helicopter pilot and you want to get to the highest level of being a helicopter pilot, if your mentor's a gardener and they've never done that level before, not to say they can't give you good advice, but the advice that they give you is never really going to push you to the place you want to be because they don't have the information to give you. Now, for example, with me, I've had lots of people come to me for mentorship for becoming a motivational speaker. Now, unfortunately, they will find out that I didn't do anything to become a motivational speaker. It just happened. I fell into it. But when I was in it, I learned a lot. So there's lots of things that I can share to say, well, this worked. I would advise you don't do this. This is how it felt. This is what I went through. And, by God's grace, I went to a very, high level in motivational speaking. I won a few awards and I did a few things. So I can show, look, this is when I was doing my thing and I was just being myself and I was just sharing, this is what happened. When I was doing this is what happened. I've got receipts. So then they're like, oh, okay. Now, that's a niche. Motivational speaking, niche. I know Shirina did that and she got to a high level. Mental health. Why can I talk about mental health? I had a whole mental breakdown. We'll get into that another day. But I had a whole mental breakdown where I lost all my faculties and functionings. Trust me. That one's dear to my heart. But why I became so passionate about it is because I never thought somebody like me, someone so ordinary, could go through something like that. What? And not only that, I didn't just survive. I lived, and I didn't just live. I didn't just exist, but I am enjoying my life. Do you know what I mean? Like, some people who went through it at the same time as me, they're still in hospital, So that I returned back to life, sane, healthy, and a much better person. Do you know what I mean? And people saw the journey. They saw Shirina she wasn't herself, and then this happened, and it wasn't a secret. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a secret, and I'll leave it there. But they saw. So when they saw how I was, saw what I went through, and saw how I came out, that's a receipt. They're like, whoa. I even got awarded after coming out of mental health. It was crazy. But I say that to say niche. Okay, we're talking about niches. Why they would come to me for that is because they realize, wow, she's got some specialism in that. So when we're talking about niches, it's whatever it is that you want to become, that you want to do, that you want to work on, whatever area it is you want to work on, your mentor should have some sort of specialist information. It does not have to be a degree. It does not have to be anything like that. But if you notice, for example, I've got a few friends, for example, who are amazing property developers. None of them ain't got a degree, but they've hooked onto the craft and done their own learning, and they've become amazing at what they do. If I ever want to get into that, I know, I'm going to come to you to mentor me because I don't know what to do, right? They don't have degrees, but they had the degree of life to know, So, is your mentor doing what you want to do? Do you know what I mean? How do you pick a mentor? I'm going to be quick about this one because in reality, you don't pick a mentor per se like that. You don't go around and say, oh, it's sky blue, who's it, not you. No. You kind of watch how people carry on. You watch how they live their life. You watch how they talk about their goals. You watch how they talk about what they're going to do, and then you see how they do it if they do. And you see, when I say the word lifestyle, I'm really not talking about the jet setting, the going on a beach, the different hotels, the spas. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how do they treat people. I'm going to say this, but very minimal. My mentors are extremely successful people. Extremely. They will hate me for this, but I would just say that. They're very extremely successful. You would never know. They don't wear the latest fashion. They don't drive the latest car. They may have a nice home. But you see the way they love people, the way they talk to you, they make you feel special. You know, they look out for your best interest day in, day out, not just on your mentor sessions, but my mentor will call me and say, hey, what's going on? Like, how's your daughter? How's life? What kind of food are you eating right now? Like, they go in. Does your mentor actually care about you? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I look for. Because yes, they could be jet setters. They could do what they want, but they live a specific way. And one of the things I learned the most is that when you're rich with finance, the richer people are, the real ones, they don't actually show it. They have it in other ways. So some might have a whole island. They've bought an island, or I can't even think of anymore. But do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say. I've got to keep some notes to myself. But the point is, they don't show it in the way that you would expect. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I love about my mentors. They don't boast. They help. That's all they do. They give. They're always doing charitable causes and always extending themselves, you know, because they weren't always like that. So niche, we're going back to niche. So your niche mentor is the type of person that you're looking to aspire to be. So if you want to be a fruit market person, you need to aspire for a fruit market mentor. If you want to be a doctor, it'd be great to have someone on that field. If you want to be, yeah. So my specialism for mentorship is self-development, well-being, and that covers mental health, your life health, all kinds of health, because I can also go into the science of it as well. I love talking about science. So yeah, personal development, your well-being. And then I guess the other side of it is I'm a strategist. So some people will bring new ideas to me and I'm able to be like, oh, that won't be a good idea. You need to add this, you need to do that. And then they go off and the idea pops. So I'm very good at that. So that's my 3 things that I do. That is my niche. I don't step out of this. If you came to me and said you want to build a fun fair, I might be intrigued. But if I don't see no area that I fit, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to step out on this one. And I don't try to act like I've got all the information. If people ask me stuff I don't know, I don't know. I'm not Jesus. I don't know. Okay? Right. So that's how to pick a mentor. Okay? Know what you're looking for when you're looking for a mentor. Know what you're looking for, because no point saying you want a mentor and then when you get hooked up with the mentor, you're just sitting there like, snap, at this hotel with, I mean, what are you going to learn? You better come with your questions, your notepad. The first time I met my mentor, well, my mentor was a friend first, and then I asked her to be my mentor. Now, let me tell you one thing, yeah? I'm a little bit being a hypocrite because my mentor, as I stipulated, works in a different arena to me. However, the one thing I wanted to take from her was her mind. I knew that if I had her mind, I would be successful. Mind, body, and soul. So even though she was in a different arena, I felt that the thing I could take from her was very universal. So just an example. I couldn't do nothing that she does right now because that's not really my thing. But her mind. So the first time I went to see her, I had a notepad. I had my questions, you know, and that's how we done it. So make sure you know what you're looking for. Stipulate from the beginning what you want. Yeah. Stipulate what you want, okay? So, on the recap, your niche, the type of mentor you're looking for, needs to be in the region of what it is that you want to do, and they need to have done what you want to do. How to pick a mentor, we kind of went into that, but you need to see if it's in alignment with what you need and want. You need to go into the industries that you want to enter into and look at who inspires you and see if they're accessible or somebody close to them. Do it like that. Know what you're looking for, because too often I meet clients that say, I want you to mentor me. And I say, what would you like? And they're like, I just want to be like you. Well, that's going to be pretty hard because you're you. You're never going to be me. What do you want? Well, and it's like, oh. So then I have to coax the conversation to get it out of them. But if you come prepared and you come fired up, that inspires me to want to make sure. But if you're at a level where you come and you're like, I just wanted to sit next to you, your aura is amazing, then we could have just had a Zoom call. You know, I'm happy to have a chat with people if they want to chat, but if you want to get work done, come prepared. I don't care if you don't know everything, but even if you said to me, my goal is to have a healthy mind. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I've never done it. That's fine. That's all I need, you know? So my question to you is, do you think you need a mentor? Do you think that what you want to achieve, you can do it on your own, through reading books, through going online, through watching television or documentaries or whatever it is to get your information? Or do you feel that you'd like to invest in yourself and work with someone who's done what you want to do before so that you can get there a lot quicker, a lot safer, make less mistakes, and on top of that, you get all the knowledge of the life experience and all what they've been through. And it can kind of teach you about your own life, about what you are or are not doing, you know? Is that you? This is not a sale. I'm just saying, is that you? I do have one-to-one sessions, but at the moment I don't have no space. So this is not a sale. But I'm asking you that, so that is the way you need to think about it. Sometimes because we don't have the finance, we can't afford it. But let me tell you something. There's other ways to pay. If you don't have finance, this is how I work. If you don't have finance, how else are you going to pay me? You're like, what? I have a mentee who didn't have the money, but they are a talented, actually I'm not going to say like that, you don't might know who it is, but they're very talented and I needed one of their talents. So I said to them, in exchange for a mentor session for you, can you do this for me? She was like, is that it? I said, yeah, because obviously that's her gift. It's easy. For me, I hate it. She was like, yeah, deal done. No money, just talents. And I'm happy for that. I don't need the money. But her exchanging shows me that she's serious. Oh, and that's another thing. Some people ask, like, oh, why do you charge? Money has a funny way of showing people's true personality, even if it's £1. Like, I see people who buy stuff. Say, like, people bought tickets for stuff before I don't want to say, because I don't want this channel to, before the situation happened, people bought tickets for stuff, concerts, 30 quid, 40 quid. And all I heard people say, I need my money back. I need my money back. Because it was an investment, right? When you invest something, it costs. And if it costs, it comes at a sacrifice. And if there's a sacrifice, you actually have value for that thing. You don't just treat it like any and anything. And that's the reason I charge. Because it means the people that come to me are serious about their life. They're serious about where they want to be. And I can tell they're going to get there quickly. Because they're not going to want to pay a particular price over and over again, even if it is £10. But let me ask you this. How many of you have got Netflix? I do. How many of you are bothered when your Netflix payment comes out every month? How many are bothered when Netflix sends you an email and they say, oh, hey guys, we've upgraded. Now your price plan's not going to be $10.99, it's going to be $11.99. You're like, cheeky buggers. But do you cancel? No. Why? You see value in it. Why? They give you access to things that you don't have. Why? Do you see what I'm saying? Now here's a truth bomb for you. If you think Netflix is more valuable than yourself to invest that kind of money every single month for something you may not even watch, but not invest the money into your life that is ongoing, that can grow, that can develop, that can have way more than what you have right now, that's a problem. It's a problem. One thing I'll let you know, I'm going to be starting an accountability group in February. And this group will be a monthly subscription. But it's only going to be for people who really want to smash their goals this year. I don't care what is going on. Surely there is people out there who want to smash some goals this year and just need that accountability. It's going to be a group setting, so lots of other like-minded people. If that is you, keep posted. I haven't sorted all the stuff out yet, but keep posted. I have too many people that want one-on-one time, and I generally don't have the time at the moment. I've got a lot of clients on and I've got a lot of projects on at the moment. So I was thinking of how can I create a way to collectively help everyone at once. And this is the only way that I can do it. So on that note, thank you for tuning in today. I really hope you got some gems. And I really hope this helps you to consider whether you need a mentor. A mentor is not for everybody. But for those who need a hand to walk them along the journey, for that regular advice, for the feedback, for the support, you may need one. So I hope today taught you a really good lesson about what mentors are, why you might need one, why you might not need one, and how to get one. Yeah? I don't have a portal of mentors to say, oh, go to this space and you can find one. But using some of these techniques I gave you today, hopefully you'll be able to find your next mentor. Let me know down below in the comments how you found this video.